Feature Friday, all of my quilting friends. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate y'all being here on Fridays. I hope we're looking forward to some fun weekend plans. But for today, we are going to work with our Butler Robotics for a minute and look at deleting patterns that we have saved on our robotic system. Now, obviously, we want to keep the designs that came loaded on our system. We don't want to delete those because once they're gone, they're kind of gone. But if you've imported patterns to use to do a specific pattern on a quilt and you don't really want that hanging out on your system anymore, you could delete that if you wanted to. Maybe you've recorded a design with your free motion record feature if you have that and you don't want that anymore. Or maybe you've taken a design that was loaded on your robotic system and you've worked with it with your editing features for a particular quilt, and it's time to delete that because the quilt's done and you don't want to kind of confuse that with your original design. You might need to delete that so it's not hanging out anymore. So we're going to go ahead and look at how to delete those things. It's not obvious on where to go to delete this, so I'm happy to show that to you guys. We have had some questions about it. Now, for me, I always make sure when I import designs onto my robotic system, I have them backed up somewhere. So I have a copy of them on a USB stick, and I even have a file on my desktop and laptop of my designs that I've purchased so that if they get deleted off my Butler system by accident, I can always reload them. So that's something, important. If you purchase designs, make sure you have them in multiple locations so that you can always reload them if you need to, if you've deleted them off your system. Once something's deleted, it's really important that it's what you want deleted because it's not coming back. So make sure you always think about what you're deleting before you do it. So we're going to go ahead and look at how to delete some designs. I'm going to turn you guys around. And we are looking at the patterns feature on our Butler Robotics System. We've got all of our little thumbnail designs here, and over on the left-hand side, we've got our tags. And so your tags usually give you categories, whether it's a designer or a design house or a type of pattern. It kind of categorizes what your designs are looking like or stylized as. But if you've worked with a design and manipulated it with your editing features, it might have ended up in the tag that says saved. Or if you've imported designs that you've purchased, it might have ended up in the tag imported. Or if you've imported designs and changed the tag, like I did for this particular quilt, I named it Scissor Quilt. So you might have patterns that have ended up in different places that you don't want on your system anymore, and it's time to delete them. I've got a couple patterns in the word saved that we need to get rid of. This one here, I used my free motion record to write my name, and I don't need that anymore. And then this one here that says Kissing Fish, I took a design that was on my Butler system and changed it a little bit with mirror image and sizing to do on a particular project I had. And I don't need this anymore because I don't want to confuse it with the original design. So these are the two designs that I want to delete today. So we're going to look at how to do that. I'm going to go back to Filter just so that I can see all of my designs again. Now to delete, we go to the tab that says Tag down here. When we highlight that, we get a new screen that has mostly the same things on it. They're just in a little bit different of a place. Our tags are kind of over here and our patterns are more in the center. And this is if you're wanting to re-tag some of your designs. But to delete your designs, we're going to select this big button up here that says Select Tag. And when we hit that, we get a big gray screen with all of our tags over here on the right. I'm going to look for that tag that said Saved because that's where the designs are that I wanted to delete. So I'm going to touch on the word Saved and hit my green check mark. And right there are the two designs that I want to delete. Now, if I wanted to delete both of these at the same time, I could hit the word select all. It would highlight both of them and we could delete at the same time. But since we're learning this together, we're going to do one at a time. I'm going to first touch on my first design, which was the one of my name. When it's highlighted orange, I can go over to the button that says delete at the top. It's going to tell me that it's going to delete one pattern, and the pattern's name is Aubrey name because that's what I named it. It's going to delete it from the tablet, and it's going to tell me that this cannot be undone. If I am unsure, I can always hit cancel and it'll go back to my pattern tab. But because I know I want to delete this, I'm going to hit OK. And now it brings me back to the beginning of our tag file. If I want to go ahead and delete the other one, I can hit select tag again. I can come back to my saved file and hit my check mark. And you can see that that Aubrey name one is gone. And I'm left with my kissing fish. I can click on my kissing fish and hit delete. It's gonna double check with me that I wanna delete my kissing fish, and it's telling me that it cannot be undone. And I'm gonna hit OK. So now I'm done with what I wanted to delete, and I can go back to patterns. And they are no longer here on my display. So I can kind of scroll through here and I can look and see that they're not here. If I wanted to type in kissing fish, because that's what I named it, nothing would come up. So I know that those are permanently gone from my tablet. So it's that easy to delete from your tablet. I know that we've had people question how to do this, and it is a little bit tricky to get to where you need to go to delete. It's not just one quick button, but once you know where to go, you can delete files you no longer want anymore. Just remember, once they're gone, so be double sure that what you're deleting is really something you want to get rid of. And if it's something that you've imported, always make sure that you've got a backup somewhere else, either on a desktop or laptop or on a USB stick, so that you can always reload it at a later date if you want to. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you real soon.